Hello dear traders and welcome back to Insta TV. You're watching financial news with me, Anna Kasatkina. The European calendar lacks any reports during the European session, so the market is trading with moderate volatility. The euro is slowly gaining ground, heading for 1.1325 versus the US dollar. On Thursday, the euro-dollar pair opened the European session at near 1.1236. Now it is trading slightly higher. The bulls find optimism from hopes of a softer Brexit and expectations of the soonest trade deal between the US and China. Meanwhile, the euro-dollar pair is trapped inside a narrow range. However, the bears are losing power over the most popular currency pair, so the euro has a good chance to rebound to the level of 1.1325. The euro sellers can assert power if the price retraces below the support level of 1.1225. Today, the ECB is due to release minutes of the policy meeting in March. This could put pressure on the euro as the regulator is expected to unveil plans to issue new cheap loans to banks. The pound sterling perked up after Theresa May and opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn arrived to a compromise on one Brexit option. Besides, the lower house of the British Parliament on Wednesday approved legislation that would force Prime Minister to seek a Brexit delay to prevent a departure on April 12 without a deal. The pound-dollar pair has nearly approached the resistance level of 1.3180, trading at 1.3171. However, the EU authorities insist that the UK has to depart from the EU on April 12, unwilling to make concessions to Great Britain. Citing European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker, the UK has to provide the alternative blueprint of the Brexit deal and ask for a long extension. Otherwise, the UK has to leave the EU without a deal. Bank of England Governor Mark Carney also highlighted a grave risk of a disorderly Brexit. To sum it up, the UK is still facing the scenario of a hard Brexit, so the sterling is set to trade with high volatility in anticipation of the news on Brexit terms. That's all for now. Thank you for watching and see you back soon.